standing a little bit on one foot today, but I promise that I won't try and teach you the whole Torah. We have made it to Yom Kippur, a time to atone and to promise to be better in the upcoming year. To confess something to all of you, which I guess this is the perfect time to do so, I think over the next year we need to work on our wording. I wouldn't say my friends or I have the worst when it comes to colorful language, but in moments of stress and anger, and admittedly sometimes even in laughter, I've heard some pretty creative sentences. When writing a paper, we're told that a certain word is bad and that we should avoid using it. Don't start your sentences with because, and change the don't to a do not, because we must avoid contractions. Oh, and one more thing. We is a first person pronoun, so scratch that one too. However, there is one bad word that I actually think we need to be saying way more often: religion. Across Reformed communities, when someone brings up the word that shall not be said, the conversation usually goes something like this. Oh, yeah, I'm Jewish, but not in the religious way. My grandparents are Jewish, but religion isn't really my thing. I'm culturally Jewish. Or there are people who avoid the word in its entirety. I'm Jewish, but not like that. Might be the winner of this category. So why do we do this? What is the like that we so desperately want to avoid? Are we trying to fit into a society that's becoming increasingly negative towards all religion? Or maybe it's an attempt at placing ourselves clearly within the Jewish community, an inadvertent suppression of our Judaism in comparison to other, more observant individuals. What is it about that word that makes us so uncomfortable? Is it debating? Is it that we doubt God? Is it our questioning of the Bible? Is it wondering what may happen to us after death? If you've checked any of these things off in your head, I have some exciting news for you. Your feelings are in good company with some of the greatest Jewish religious authorities throughout history. Even better, being uncomfortable with religion, questioning faith, text, and belief, and strictly saying that you just don't buy it, doesn't make you irreligious. If anything, you may be a rabbi. I get it, I do. In a world where progressiveness and religiosity seem like they sit on opposite sides of the spectrum, that because you believe in science, because you care about human rights, the word religious alienates you from the spaces that you find home as an American. I disagree, though. For me, religiousness is the reason for my progressive mindset. My Jewish identity is the reason that I am an advocate for change. I am a Jewish activist for reproductive rights and racial justice, for LGBTQ+, safer schools and equity in education, for anti-Semitism, not an activist who happens to have Judaism on their resume. It is because I am Jewish that I am so proud to advocate for others who have faced inequity alongside me. Today, as we are gathered here on the holiest day of the Jewish year, I want to say to you, it is time to take back the meaning of religion for yourself. I am a religious Jew because of what my religion means to me, to my family, to my friends. My religion is for justice and equality, for equal rights and access. My religious community welcomes anyone and anyone who is willing to step inside our doors. My faith is in truth-seeking, questioning what has been said to be previously indisputable, scientific advancement, and debate over blind adherence. My religion grounds me and uplifts me with its ancient and timeless wisdom. It supports me in connection to sacred community, and it inspires me with an audacious hope for a better world tomorrow. If any of these ideas resonate with you, maybe, just maybe, you are religious too. You can begin the self-reflection of your connection with your Jewish identity and begin to feel the seeds of empowerment and pride. Fundamentalism does not have the right to speak for you or to take over the presence or meaning of religion in your life. I spent this summer with Jewish teens from all over, from New York to Belgrade, Serbia, and Belgium. I had one goal: to get them to have uncomfortable conversations about Jewish identity. I wasn't prepared for what the teens experienced in waiting for a safe space to spill it all over. It started simple. What makes you proud to be Jewish? What things might scare you? Do you want to have a Jewish family in the future? Is Shabbat important to you? How do you celebrate it? The final question, though, If you could go back and choose your Judaism, would you? Think about it. Think about it deeply. If you could go back to the day that you were born and you were given the choice, Judaism or not, which would you pick? In a time where being Jewish has made these teens the target of hate, ostracization, and ignorance in their community, I expected mixed answers. I would get it, that if given the choice to fit into the majority, to not spend the holiday explaining why you're missing school, to feel like you have a space, they might have chosen differently. I was absolutely shocked. 210 teens with papers full of different experiences: public school, private school, conservative, reform, orthodox. But one thing was the same across every single answer. I would always choose my Judaism. You see, that is the connecting piece. It doesn't matter whether you wake up every day and the first thing that you do is pray, or if you just go through the motions. You wake up, you eat, you sleep, without even thinking about Judaism. At the end of the day, no matter who you are, at the end of the day, we would all choose our Judaism. It's not about how often you show up to synagogue, or if the food that you eat is kosher. This thing, this belief, this community that we are a part of is what makes us Jewish. It is our religion. It is our identity. Religious and observant are not terms that only exist in partnership, and religious and reform are not mutually exclusive. It is our responsibility to assert this Judaism, our Judaism, as authentic and legitimate. Our fight for recognition of progressive Jewish values is no less important than any fight for social justice, for which we are freely and passionately lending our voices to. Our commitment to these values, or lack thereof, will shape the course of our future going forward. What does the next generation of Reformed Jews look like? Where do they fit in on a campus like Brandeis, or on a campus not so like Brandeis? Does Judaism focus more heavily on community or covenant? How will Jewish education evolve to fit a modern-day practice? This will only be determined by how much we choose to care. One thing is certain in our modern world: religion is only as relevant as it aligns with our own moral compasses. We cannot cede our claim to authentic religion to those who flout our most fundamental values. Instead of turning away, instead of disengaging, we must double down by caring as much about the course of our religious future as those on the extreme margins, and making our presence known, even though at times it can be uncomfortable, it can be ugly, it can be scary. It is not an easy task to take something that we've avoided entirely and to make it a central part of our identity. But we can no longer accept hiding behind the label of non-religious, a choice that hides parts of me, parts of you, behind a label, by a definition that doesn't fully represent who we are. Hi, my name is Samantha Przybisiki. I love Rosh Hashanah for the apples and the honey. And although I don't understand the Hebrew in all of the prayers, the melodies are inexplicably beautiful and entrancing. I've seen the ugly face of anti-Semitism, and I've lost friends who could never be seen with a Jew like me. I come to services because of the community. I've never kept kosher a day in my life. Crab is one of my favorite foods. I've Israeli danced until I collapsed, and I always stand during the Amidah, even though I don't know what we're supposed to silently recite. I've never learned. I'm not interested in keeping the Sabbath, but I constantly am looking to learn about tradition and ritual. I'm really unsure how I feel about God. It changes from day to day, but I find myself talking with him anyway. I am a religious Jew. Together, we can rewrite the definition of religion for ourselves. We begin this day with renewed commitment to sharing our gifts, our wisdom, the light of justice, hope, and peace throughout the generations and with the world. As we go into 5785 with newfound pride, taking back the ability to define our own identity, I ask, who will you be?